the ancient kingdom of Tibet, situated high in the Himalaya mountains. Tibet is a culture based on compassion, totally at odds with the doctrine of the Antichrist. The spiritual and secular leader of Tibet, His Royal Highness, the Dalai Lama, won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1989 for his continued policy of non-violent resistance of the communist Chinese government, who illegally took control of Tibet more than 40 years ago. Tibet is being systematically destroyed by America's most favored nation, Communist China. Buddhist monks are being slaughtered, and there is wholesale torture of nuns and monks who defy the Chinese military and follow the pacifist, anti-war teachings of the ascended Buddhist masters.
My brother-in-law and I were arrested together and marched around in front of our village. Then the Chinese shot him in the head, and his blood splattered all over me. The Chinese said, "So you call for His Holiness the Dalai Lama and call on America for help. But where are they? Will anyone help you? If you obey China, your path will be smooth. If you don't, watch what happens to these two."
The Tibetan people are suffering immeasurably under the Chinese. Countless beatings and killings. And though the Chinese say there is freedom of religion, they don't allow us to practice our faith.
Tera dongja dansin hyo dijole kyang re do. Kyang ji jin dongja dan ju kona kangbe le cha den de cha ge yor wal. Ante kanje ji de de tanda ti ja de ngom bu cha yin.
Ja de ban. De la de jo ma ni za le ge do si de ni na sa shu jo la si a. Du ha. Du ha la. De la do de. Sa de la ge da yo. Voilà. Ça dit, ça dit, des matos, je sais des maillots. C'est qu'on le java chéri. Quoi quand on a le dos?
Quoi, tout ce qu'on a attendu.
Et java chéri, ne pas dire.
Java chéri, tu n'es marambi, souchasan marambi. Marambi, tu chala yorwal. Chala tile, kyangja dangana yishajin. Kashi java, mi here, netadanya. Mundo 시지. 지레야 자와 휴지 지 나와 로균야도. 지레야 자레 타고든지 bomba든지 두도 있지. 미숨 서다 쉬어. 한티네디 봐 지야 수고 가서 로다지. 한직 세면나야 세면다지. 접전당서 열어 봐. 자와다든지 규지 님 숨으지 좀 다야.
습제 줄을 봐지.
The Free Tibet campaign is a worldwide movement of volunteers who wish to highlight the illegal killings and imprisonment of Tibetan people.
Free Tibet!
The Free Tibet campaign displayed flags during the state visit of the Chinese Premier in London. The Free Tibet flags were confiscated by British police officers. The peaceful protesters were often arrested and dragged away for no apparent reason. Some were even assaulted and beaten by British police officers.
I'm not young, haven't got long hair in dreadlocks, and I'm not covered in rings all over the show. I've always felt strongly about Tibet and about what's going on in China on the political front. The fact that they've still got detainees in prison who were at Tiananmen Square 10 or 11 years ago, that is bloody awful, and something has to be done. And I think in a case like this where the government won't do anything, it's always down to the people to do something instead.
Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Tibet! Free Tibet!
The police officers carrying out these illegal arrests are mostly members of Freemasonry. Freemasonry is more than just a secret society. Freemasonry is actually a religion. Freemasons pray to a tri-pantheon god, one facet of which is the warmongering Baal deity. Freemasonry is the most popular occult religion amongst police officers, judges, and barristers such as Mr. Tony Blair. The spiritual master and head of state in Tibet is the Dalai Lama, who has written many excellent books promoting the benefits of meditation and compassion. Even though the Dalai Lama is a man of peace, he speaks good English and is recognized for his statesmanship. He was refused an audience with Queen Elizabeth of Great Britain. However, the British royal family, who have and head of state in Tibet, is the Dalai Lama, who has written many excellent books promoting the benefits of meditation and compassion. Even though the Dalai Lama is a man of peace, he speaks good English and is recognized for his statesmanship. He was refused an audience with Queen Elizabeth of Great Britain. However, the British royal family, who have members that are active Freemasons, greeted the leader of the murdering communist Chinese government with a full state ceremony. Clements Kuby and Michael Emley are two filmmakers who have made excellent documentaries about the tyrannical genocide in Tibet. It is clear from these films that Kurt Weidemann of the Washington State Department utterly denies the evidence of genocide against Tibet.
Official U.S. policy has consistently regarded Tibet as a part of China, although an autonomous region within China.
My crime was that in 1959, I signed a statement saying that Tibet was an independent country. For that, I spent 17 years in Chinese prisons and concentration camps.
We have no evidence at this point that the Chinese government is engaged in any policy or in any actions aimed at wiping out the Tibetans, or in short, reflecting a policy of genocide either against the Tibetan people themselves or against their culture.
I mean, Tibetans are no longer wearing Tibetan clothes. Tibetans are not talking Tibetan. All the Chinese wear Chinese. It is a blue uniform, everybody. And the monasteries are no longer a monastery, and no monks are there.
They used to have mobile clinics which would go from village to village and just get the women together and get them sterilized. Or even women who were pregnant in their 9th month were made to abort their children.
At one point in this interview, we see that his mind control programming breaks down.
What about self-determination for Tibetans?
On the BBC Newsnight programme, we see a Chinese government minister also displaying signs of heavy mind control.
Can you explain to us on the political situation why there has been no response from your government to the Dalai Lama's proposal in Strasbourg of nearly 3 years ago now about an arrangement between him and fellow Tibetans and your government?
In 1988 in Strasbourg, the Dalai Lama proposed to make Tibet a democratic political entity governed by itself, which maintains relations of alliance with China. And what does it mean?
Well, it's suggesting, he's suggesting that they be given autonomy in internal affairs, that they give to you
I just
control.
Quote what he said in his proposal. It's nothing new. We think it's nothing new, but another version of the statement that China holds only suzerainty, not sovereignty over Tibet. We heard of this kind of clamoring at the beginning of this century in order to divide China. That phrase also means that the Dalai Lama advocates Tibetan independence. And we have repeatedly said that China's sovereignty over Tibet can never be denied. Neither independence nor semi-independence or disguised independence will be tolerated. Thirdly, the Dalai Lama's proposal favored transforming Tibet into a peace zone or a buffer state among the great powers through demilitarization or neutrality. But a peace zone or neutral zone involves
the whole system, because we have two hemispheres of the brain, the left brain, which is about words and this world reality and, you know, the perception of this reality. We have the right brain, which is where you get creativity, inspiration, and connection, and then you've got this corpus callosum, which connects the two. First of all, we use a fraction of